Good news! It's Good News Wednesday, and tonight we are going to check out some lessons that we've all learned from our dads. Stay tuned.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up and give a cheer. Watch the boredom disappear, 'cause Good News Wednesday's here.
Awesome, and here we are, and we're getting ready to explore some interesting comments that I got this week. I asked the question in honor of Father's Day, what was an important lesson, life lesson that you learned from your dad? And our fans sent in some very interesting comments, some on Facebook, some personal on my email, but I think they wanted me to share, and maybe I won't mention their name, but I really want to thank everyone who participated. You know, we learn a lot, and on Monday morning wake-up call, we talked about our dads and, Father's Day and things that you've learned over the years from your dad. And I commented last week about Mark Twain saying when he was 14 that he thought his father was ignorant and didn't know anything, and he was surprised at 21 how much he learned in such a short period of time. And I don't know about you, but I kind of felt that way to some degree. And looking back, I'm sorry to say, but grateful that I learned lessons from my dad. And so I thought I'd share some very interesting things and comments that some of our viewers sent in, because hey, what's one more lesson from a dad? It's important. So we've got Harmon Deep said his dad taught him how not only to work hard, but to work smart. Now there's a smart guy, because a lot of folks work hard, but they don't work smart. And his dad taught him that. George's dad taught him that a good education was the most important thing, and also that they should have respect for other people. And I would imagine that would go to people who don't have maybe as much education as we do, or maybe more, but understanding where they were coming from and appreciating them just as they are. Now, I have someone very important to me who shared a story about their dad and how their dad taught them to get on base. See, the problem was in baseball that those balls would come flying across, and that would mean that they would strike out and not get on base. So it was decided that on the second and fourth swing, I think, unless it was the first and third swing, they would just swing. They would just swing the bat, whether or not it was a good ball, an outside ball, an inside ball, or whatever. And sure enough, after that, they always got on base. So that was a good lesson from Dad right there. I mean, it's nice to get on base once in a while. Now, we have somebody who shared about, and this one was kind of a funny one, how their dad taught them through their humor. And Linda says his words of wisdom were funny, but they stuck with us. And he said things like, they were like kind of tongue-in-cheek humor. Don't drink and drive, you might spill it on yourself. I'd rather owe it to you than cheat you out of it. Well, that was very honest. And his favorite one if I had known I was going to live so long, I would have taken better care of myself. So those were a couple of funny ones. And, your dad sometimes said things and you kind of shook your head and went, oh no. But, they stick with you. And now one of our readers, last but not least, shared with us some very interesting information. Their dad lived to be 100 years old. So I would say he had a lot of wisdom, and probably we should check that one out and listen to what he had to say. Here's what he said. He said, his very sage advice, be bold and go for it. Because if you say to yourself, this will never happen for me, then that's what will happen. But if you say, why not me? Then guess what? That's what'll happen. I like that one. I'm going to go for it. And in our lives, we want to go for it. And we want to go for winning. We want to go for making a good life for ourselves and our family, and for helping them so that they can share the information with the next generation. So I really appreciated everybody pitching in and learning a little bit together. And now on to our favorite topic, which is, of course, the trivia question from last week. And it was about dads. This one was about TV dads, and we had a ton of players this week. And this one was TV shows about dads. And according to a survey on the TV shows with the dads who gave the greatest advice to their family, here were the choices. William H. Macy as Frank Gallagher in Shameless. B, Buddy Ebsen as Jed Clampett in Beverly Hillbillies. C, Carol O'Connor as Archie Bunker in All in the Family. And D, Andy Griffith as Andy Taylor in The Andy Griffith Show. So by process of elimination, I said I'd say something about Shameless. This dad used drugs. He taught his family some very interesting lessons. I'm not sure if they're the kind of lessons that most fathers or mothers would think were good lessons for their children, but it was an interesting show, and he did get mentioned. Buddy Ebsen as Jed Clampett, of course, we know he, was always teaching his family how to shoot up a gun now and then, along with Granny. So I'm not sure if he would be the best example, but again, he was a cool guy, and he did teach his family some very valuable lessons. Carol O'Connor as Archie Bunker, again, a very interesting character, a little questionable on exactly if he set the best example for his children, but again, he was mentioned in the survey. And then last but not least, there is Andy Griffith as Andy Taylor in The Andy Griffith Show, Andy of Mayberry. And I don't know if you guys ever saw the show in reruns or watched it, but I don't think we could ever find anything too much that Andy didn't do that wasn't a good example to Opie. Do you not agree with that? And of course, he was chosen as the number one dad who set the best example. So if you guessed D, Andy Griffith of Andy of Mayberry, then you were correct. And your name got entered into, where, our handy dandy mixing bucket. So we're going to pick our 4 winners, because every week we pick 4 winners, and they all get a Panera gift card to put a smile on their face and some fun in their week, which is what we've been doing since the beginning of the pandemic. And we've decided to keep the show going. GNW, Good News Wednesday, is here to stay. So let's, without further ado, drum roll, please. Let's pick out our names. Okay, so this week, congratulations to Barbara Lohman. Congrats, Barbara. Lisa Altier, Altier, new player. Congrats, Lisa. Alexandra Cordero and Stacy Avery. All right. It's a girls' night tonight. All 4 winners were all ladies, and you all should be receiving your Panera gift card. If you don't get it in the mail, please let me know, and we'll make sure and track it down for you. So we will have a new contest coming up shortly, so keep on paying attention so you can get in on the new trivia contest for this coming week. In the meantime, we come to our favorite segment of the week. All right, so the way that this birthday shout out segment works is you tell me who you want mentioned on this show, and I will mention their name. They will receive a personalized birthday cake. Yes, they will. And they will also receive a serenade. And we shall be happy to thrill them or surprise them or embarrass them for their birthday. And they will be announced on live. Well, it's not TV, but a live show, you can't get better than that. So let's have it for the new birthday celebrants for this week. Today, we have Mr. Bill Lawrence. Happy birthday. Roma Sachdev and Linda Goldfarb. You 3 are in good company. June 23rd. Then tomorrow we have Brian Paternoster, Stephanie Morris, Martha Thorne, and Dara Crawford. Happy birthday to you 4. Then on the 25th, we have Billy Fleischman. On the 26th, Judy Godfrey. On the 27th, Julie Coleman. On the 29th, Joanne Sloan and James Scheidet. So we want to wish all of you a great, fantastic, fantabulous birthday week. One of my friends had that word, fantabulous. I thought it was a good one. And we want to celebrate now with a little tune.
Celebrate, no debate. It's your day, so don't delay. Send in vibes, 'cause you survived. Your special day has now arrived. Send in cheer for you to hear. You're a VIP and your birthday's near. You're a blessing anyone can see. Loved by friends and family. Celebrate, no debate. It's your day, so don't delay. Send in vibes, 'cause you survived. Your special day has now arrived. Send in cheer for you to hear. You're a VIP and your birthday's here. So celebrate, 'cause it's your very special day.
So be on the lookout for your birthday cake. And anybody who's getting ready for a birthday this coming week, let me know so we can include you in our next show. Now, on to our very important topic for this week. I know you have this question. So we talked about dads, and dad always, well, most dads anyway, mine did, had their toolkit, right? So what are the improvement items, the home improvement items that are good for do-it-yourselfers? Because some dads undertook, as you know, projects that they should probably have left to a professional. But then some dads are professionals, so go figure. Anyway, here are some projects that you or your favorite father figure might want to undertake to do, even if you're a do-it-yourselfer. And one that's easy is like patching and priming. Like I've seen folks that have little holes in their walls, little nail holes to big holes that got punched or bumped by a door or something. Easy to patch. There's patching kits at the hardware stores. You can grab one of those and get your spackle and tape and go to town, and you'll do a pretty good job. And then, of course, there's the painting part, which is also a piece of cake. You just want to talk to your home improvement store about the kind of paint to use. Some paints are easier than others to use. I know we just did a project with some eggshell, and the shine was like hard to match up because you had to keep going over it with different coats. So, ask them about that kind of stuff before you start the job. Then there's caulking. That's another easy one. Once you get your handy dandy caulk gun, you can caulk away, around the tub, around windows, doors, stuff like that. Easy. And last but not least, landscaping. Okay. Putting a few plants in, weeding, taking out a few things, putting some borders around. All things, easy things that you can do to make your home more valuable. So that was our real estate corner this week. If you have a burning question that you'd like answered on our show, just shoot me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I'll be able to try and answer that one on the next show. And if I don't know the answer, I will call in the experts. All right. So that leaves us with our last segment of the evening. Oh, I'm so sorry. Time just flies by, doesn't it? Okay, so now you know how the contest works. You can either answer the trivia question tonight. You can also send me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com, or you can request your official entry form on your Monday morning wake-up log email, which I can send you. It's our little newsletter that we send every week with valuable tips and information about everything from inspiration to the real estate market to what's going on in the world today. Anything that I think might be of interest to folks. So we have a new topic for next week, and we're going to be talking about something that I've been very, very impatient to talk about. And it's patience. We're going to talk about patience. We've all had to learn patience during the last year and a half. And we still want to continue that lesson into the future, no matter how we learn it. Maybe we don't have to feel quite as stifled as we did, but we want to learn about patience, how to overcome impatience. So that's going to be our topic for next week. And so along with that, I picked out 4 songs. And of these 4 songs, there are 3 that kind of go with the theme of patience and 1 that does not. And your job will be to choose the song that you think does not belong. I remember the little song we learned in Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the others. One of these things doesn't belong. All right, so you have to pick out which one doesn't belong. Here we go. Which song does not belong? It does not exemplify patience. Here we go. A, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding. B, Wouldn't It Be Nice by the Beach Boys. C, Titanium by Dan Juida. D, I Will Wait, Mumford & Sons. Okay, so is it A, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, B, Wouldn't It Be Nice, C, Titanium, or D, I Will Wait? All right, now if you'd like to play and be an instant winner and get your name entered right away in our handy dandy mixing bucket, you can answer right now in the comments on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube Live, or you can answer on the chat on Facebook. You can send me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan, or you can request an official entry form from the Monday Morning Wake Up blog and send me an email and I'll shoot that right out to you. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. All right, now we're looking forward to talking to you again next week. Until then, please stay safe, enjoy yourself, enjoy the summer and vacations, graduations, weddings, picnics, everything. Hopefully you are vaccinated and you don't have to worry about the Delta variant, and everything will be good with you. Until next time, make it a great week. Bye-bye.
It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show.